Good morning. Welcome to Florida, Barrier Island. Can you guess where we are? Look at this. Such a gorgeous morning. It's in the low 50s. You can see the Gulf is calm. There's some shells in the water. Oh, look at that. I think there's a big old cockle shell out there, but I'm not going to walk out there right now. So as people come in, make sure you say good morning and tell everyone where you're from. All right, so since we're shelling, let me turn the camera around. All right, I'm looking here. All right, here we go. All right, I see someone checking in. This is Beach Bum and Dad. For the last couple weeks, I've gone live every once in a while. This will be the third live stream. And we are in Florida. Walking the beach, beachcombing, seeing if we can find something. Look at all the shells. So I have been here before. I am looking for giant cockle shells, sand dollars, and every once in a while I find an olive. Let's go up a little bit higher. I don't know if I found any shark eyes last time, but you can see lots of arc shells. So I see several people joining in. Where are you from? Let us know where you're from. Temperature, where you're watching from. And if you're new here, I am Beach Bum and Dad. And I make lots and lots of videos all across Florida beachcombing. Let's go down by the water. See if we can find something washed in. While you all are looking for shells, I'm going to look up and see if there are any dolphins. I don't see any dolphins out there. Well, good morning from Atlanta. Hello, Carol. Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you all for being here. I tried to schedule an announcement last night. For some reason, YouTube wasn't letting me post the scheduled live, but here we are. I had posted it, I posted on Facebook that we would be live on YouTube at 8:30 Eastern. And, oh, all right, here we go. Right up there. See that white shell? That one will pick up, unless it's broken. That's a duck clam. And they're really pretty. There we go. Okay, so I'm out in the middle of nowhere. And if the stream drops, just hang in there. It'll pick back up. All right, so I am hours from Destin, and the question is, where's the best beach for shells? So best is pretty relative. And if you look here, some people would say, well, this looks like the best beach. Okay, remember I was talking about these being fragile? A couple broken ones. Closer. Isn't that pretty? And then I'll pan up. And catch the sunrise. So I said a few moments ago, and I'll address the Destin area thing in a moment. 8:30 Eastern. So if you're listening, you're walking along with me, throw out a couple guesses. So this is a barrier island, and I already said Florida. Let me see some of the guesses where we all might be walking today. All right, so back to, let me see what this is. I look for shapes, color stream. I don't know how to circumvent that. Oh, look at this. Here we go. In the Panhandle. Well, that's where I reside, so I can say that's relative because it changes with the weather, with the wind direction, the tide. Willing to walk Okay, I had to pause and look. If you go out and we'll walk, you know, you're here visiting for orange tan tinge to it. If you're willing to walk, you know, 5 miles a day over the course of a 5-day vacation, maybe drive around to a couple different beaches, it's a pretty good chance that you'll find something. And even like here, I mean, I can see, let me pan up. You can see there's no one here. Look at this. I mean, this is awesome. This is my kind of day. You look up, no one's around, nice and cool, slight breeze. And the family, let's see. Yeah, they're about, oh, I don't know. I've already walked a half mile, I think. They're off behind us, and they're just camping out because they know when I start walking, it's going to be a couple hours. What's this one? Oh, that's pretty cool. Let me set these down. Alright, we're live again. Out in the middle of nowhere, reception isn't that good. So I picked it up. That would have been a pretty awesome shark eye if that would have been whole. Now I'm hoping to find a sand dollar while y'all are here. Looking. And also, I'm going to look up ahead again. I don't see any giant cockles. There's a broken one. Well, we haven't seen a sand dollar by the water's edge. So I'm going to slowly turn. Now let's go a little bit higher up. Because historically when I've been here, this is where I would find the sand dollars and the baby ears. You know, more up here than along the water's edge. All right, we have a guess, or at least a thought. Definitely not Destin. And let me pan up again. If this was Destin, there'd be people all over the beaches, skyscrapers, and thankfully, none of those here. Look at this. Carditas. So I mentioned earlier, maybe before some of you hopped on, the common shells here, oh, there we go. Carditas, and I'd say there's a scallop over there. They're a little bit lower. Oh, that one's broken. A little bit lower on the list, but carditas and arcs. And pan out, and you know, everyone's like, yeah, looks like a lot of those. All right, just walking and looking. Pan out. Excuse me. So I know on a live stream that you have people fading in and out. So if you're new here, we are in Florida. This is the Gulf of Mexico, and we are on a remote barrier island. Walking the beach and looking for seashells. Enjoying nature. Let me see if I can zoom. Got some pelicans out there. Right out there hanging out. So one of the live streams, I sat in a pile. There was like, oh, I thought there was a sand dollar up ahead. There was a shell pile, and we were micro shelling. So I didn't really worry too much about movement, but let me know if this is too fast. Someone can let me know if I'm walking too fast. I know if you go too fast, it could be pixelated, and you know, it'd be a little blurred. All right, we have a couple guesses. So Elizabeth, I don't live on Okaloosa Island, but that's my play yard. That's my backyard. And it doesn't look like this. And actually, look at the sun. If you were on Okaloosa Island right now, the sun would be coming up over Destin, and as spring progresses, if you're standing on the Okaloosa Island Pier, you'll see the sunrise will be like off to the left. For the average sheller, like I always say, every day is different. And that's the only guarantee you have. You'll get some exercise, some fresh, salty air, and every day will be different. We haven't had any big winds recently, so I wasn't expecting lots and lots of shells, but I was at least hoping for, one giant cockle shell, and it's only been a couple broken ones. Beautiful. I am so glad y'all are here. I mean, look at this. I don't hear... Okay, sure. I have electronics in my hand here, but no traffic, no music. This is a beautiful way to spend spring break. So I see a pretty good spot up ahead. And I know, well, good morning, Christian. We have another guest. We pan up. There's a pretty good spot, if you can tell, up there. And that's a tip. I've mentioned that in other videos. When you're walking along, let's say, there weren't even as many shells as this. And you're walking along and you look up ahead. Oh, there we go. Right there. There's our first one. Oh, and I think there's another one up ahead. Excuse me. All right, let me back up. So if you're walking along, you don't have much going on right here, and you look up ahead and you can see it darker or birds, there are some shells up there. So let's go check out this cockle shell. Let's see if it's broken. It's looking good so far. Look at. Oh, there's only a tiny hole. Right there. And that's, a lot of times, let's carry it for a little bit. What do we have so far? Oops. So for those of you that are new, it's in the 50s, and I'm wearing shoes. Got some windbreaker pants on for now, just because there's a little breeze. But look at that. See that one? So good morning to everybody. Oh, let me peek. Now, I think this is pretty cool. Let me show you something. Whether you're here or not, every time I come across a larger shell like this, I always stop and I just look. It's like, it's picture perfect. Look at this. I mean, that is so cool. See all the little shells in there? So that one has, whoa, that one has a little hole right there. We're going to carry it for a little bit. Now, I thought the tide was going out. And maybe it is going out a little bit. It's just kind of coming up right now. But it's beautiful. Oh, so see? Every time I see it lose, and that's happened twice now in the last half a minute, lose connectivity, I'm like, okay, run up ahead, get up to that spot. And we're still not there. And that's a pretty good spot. We're almost there. I would say it's another 50 feet. Don't y'all think this is gorgeous? Look at this. All right, here's a scallop. Let's see if I And set those down without spilling all over. Oh, there's a cockle shell. There we go. Right at the start of the spot I was mentioning. Okay, I have 2. We're 0 for 2. Let me sneak up on it. Sneak in. Well, there's a lot of water in there. I think that one's a whole one. Look at it. All right, welcome back. Oh boy. I mean, we started off really well, and then we've lost connectivity 3 times in, I don't know, the last 5 minutes or so. All right, so let me stop here. Oh, here we go. Pennsylvania leucine. All right, we are at the point. Let me find my shell bag. I got one here somewhere. They have now outgrown just carrying them. But the white one down below, that's a Pennsylvania leucine. So I'm probably just going to carry these for a little bit. And for those that are new, usually there's a pretty big jump about half an hour in. So some of you may be here from the beginning. If you're new, I am Beach Bum and Dad. We are live in Florida. We are on Barrier Island. And let me pan out. You can see no one in front of us. There's some fishermen behind us and my family, but no one up in front. And y'all are free to, mention if I miss something. There's another cockle shell. If I was looking left and y'all were looking right and you saw an olive or something, you can just drop it in the comments. And also, if you're new, let me know where you're watching from. All right, so I didn't get to finish the story. When I picked up that first cockle, I was fixing to say how rich the colors are. And when you look at this side, sometimes you get a little purple, you get a little white or pearl. Oh, that sounded like that wave was coming up. I was fixing to jump. But that's a cockle shell. Some bigger arcs right there. I'm going to look up higher while y'all are looking right. Still no sand dollar. Never give up. Always keep looking. I know there's one out here. Oh, there's another cockle shell, and that one looks like it might have a little bit more color. So I left that cockle shell there, let someone else enjoy it. Well, good morning, Elizabeth. If you just joined, let me pan out. You can see this is not Navarre. We're on a remote barrier island and no one is around. Well, I mean, y'all are here. I'm here. I mentioned a little earlier, if you're new here, people ask, well, what do you wear when you're shelling? Well, today, I'm wearing shoes. They have windbreakers and a windbreaker jacket. When it warms up later, when we go for lunch, the shorts will come out. So a lot of times I'll carry water. I have a backpack. Maybe I can take that off in a little bit. All right, let's go up here because there are some swash lines and we are going to look for a sand dollar and a baby ear. So I'll have anywhere from 3 to 5 cameras on me. First aid kit, generally a bottle of water, extra sunscreen, some sunscreen lip balm, and pan out, and maybe a bar or two. Not too hungry at the moment, but sometimes I carry granola bar or something. Oh, all right, off this point, let me show you again. See how dark that is? I pointed. Okay, you can look. There's a good spot up there. Oh, so close. The broken olive. looking for, I mean, it'd be cool to find a live olive. I mean, not a live olive. We've been finding live olives back in the Panhandle, but to find a whole one. I mean, generally I only find one or two when I'm here. So primarily when I visit, I'm looking for, right, let me slowly turn, looking for giant cockles, duck clams, white baby ears, and sand dollars. And I don't see any of those here. Well, I finally see a couple people ahead of us. There's a parking spot. I don't even know how far that is. Maybe another mile. And someone just came out on the beach. So I think we are at low tide. I was hoping maybe it would go out a little bit more because I can see shells in the water. I don't know, maybe I'll go back by the kiddos and they will have found something in the water. Yeah, I don't see anyone in the waiting in the water down there. "15 degrees. Good morning, Miss Suzanne." I mean, I remember living in the Midwest and waking up to single digits in March and teens. That just made me want to move to Florida. So here we are, live on the beach. Oh, there we go. See it up there? Now that's a good guess. And I'm assuming when you say Santa, well, I don't think, well, do you mean Santa Rosa Beach or Santa Rosa Island? Here's a cockleshell. So we Huntsville, Arkansas checking in. Well, I know it's not in the teens there. All right, so this is that spot I had pointed out a few moments ago. And there's got to be something in here. Actually, I think this is the heaviest we've seen so far. That one's pretty. A little bit of, I mean, I would say gray right there. A little gray band. All right, we are getting, ooh, that was a quick reconnect. So for those of you just joining in, we're on a remote barrier island. All right, whew, that was the longest we've been out. So I hope y'all are hanging in there. I don't have a little backpack on my tower. That's my shell bag right there in the left hand. There's a pretty duck clam. So I started saying that, let's get down here by this really good rack line. I started saying that every time I lose connectivity, I'm thinking, all right, I see a spot ahead, I'm gonna start running, and then all of a sudden it pops back in. Oh, look at this. So for those of you that have been able to visit different beaches in Florida, I mean, this is a really good rack line, but you can see it's different from other areas you visited. When I visit the duck, all right, so what does that one mean? Get up on the big screen. Are you talking someone's going to put it up on the TV? Because I know someone mentioned about 10 minutes ago about it being a little pixelated. Woo! Still got a lot of you here. Thank you. Thank you for hanging in there. I was like, YouTube? I know it's not YouTube. It's, I don't even know, the nearest cell tower around here. So where was I going? Well, I know I was talking about sand dollars. There are oysters here, arcs, carditas. Where's my sand dollar? I want to find one live. Turn this around. You can see. I don't have any tinfoil bunny ears. I'm looking. I usually try to make a visit here at least once a year. And not in the middle of summer when it's 900 billion degrees. You go for a 5-hour walk, and there, let me pan out again. There's no shelter here. So you're not going to get any shade if you come here on a sunny summer day. I generally like to come in the winter, and this is about the latest I've ever come. When you come in January, oh, it is just, okay. I can see, I think that's a person. Let me pan up. I'm not sure, like way over there. I think there's a person there. I was gonna say, so you come in January, you see fewer people. Well, it's hard to see fewer people than 1 or 2. But in the winter, you get a lot of snowbirds. So it's spring break right now. A lot of snowbirds. Look at this. This is pretty. I'm not sure what this one is. All right, welcome back. I'm thinking to myself, and then when you reconnect, I mean, let me give you a solid. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Good morning, Miss Helen. Pensacola. Yeah, long ways away from Pensacola today. Got up early, and the kids are here. They got up. They have shell bags on them. I mean, they'll be like snarfing all this up since they don't go out like their pa. But everyone was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed until about 5 minutes in. Are we there yet? Are we stopping at a filling station? Where's a Buc-ee's? I want something to eat. Well, let Dad drive. Saw a bunch of deer in Walton County. Over the place on Highway 98. Good morning, T-Trav. We've got a gamer here. Live streaming from a barrier island in Florida. Paradise, let me tell you. Paradise. Yeah, those got to be, I'm guessing those are fishermen up there because I can see 2 people and, they move around. I don't think they're pelicans. Right up there. Well, thanks, Helen. I'm just happy to be live streaming, have y'all here. I mean, who'd have thunk, when I was a kid, my kids don't believe there weren't cell phones back in the day, but Scotland and Australia. And I don't know if they're subscribers to the channel, but they were in, and that was so cool. Well, the kids are about a mile away. They are a ways away from us shelling. All right, we're going to go a little higher up because this is normally where I find sand dollars, and I see a little pocket right here. Not too heavy. There we go. There's our first baby ear. See it? Look at that. Found a white baby ear live. Whoop, whoop. Waiting. Anyone give a thumbs up? The heat is on. So when we stopped at the filling station, the heat was on the car. People had blankets. It just, that's just how we roll. All right, so All right, we're gonna keep rolling here. One baby ear, and like I said, we go from the rack line along the water, and then we go higher, and we look up here for the sand dollars and the white baby ears. I don't see one. All right, so my moderator is kicking up some comments here. Let's just all enjoy the beach. Let me give you the sunrise again. Look at this. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Now what happened with all those thumbs up? Found a baby here. Found one. Live from Florida. I mean, that's got to be worth something. If you're new, I mentioned, I don't know, let's see, we've been going about 30 minutes. Last week we were live on a different beach up in the panhandle of Florida, and let me look here. We had people from Australia and Scotland. So I know one of the regulars chimed in. I was like, where is this person from? And all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure it was Scotland. All right, so I was moving a little fast. Hopefully it didn't make anyone dizzy. Okay. It's a broken olive. Now, I've seen broken ones here. Have never found a whole banded tulip. All right, we're gonna have to walk, I'd say about 30 feet. So right, that little point right there, it's a little darker right there. And the rack line gets just a tad heavier. And then let's see, 1, 2, that third point, it's even heavier over there. So for those of you that are new, I am Beach Bum and Dad, and I have a beachy virtual shelling channel. I don't know how many videos that I am up to now, but I know it's over 1,000. Florida resident, moved from the Midwest. Well, let's back up. I visited a Florida beach, looked at my wife and said, let's move. That same year, I think it was about 5 months later, we were living the dream. Florida residents. And I started shelling, and I got hooked and said, you know what? Oh, this looks like, okay, we have some swash lines on the left. Big old speckled crab there. That's a big one. Okay, it's starting to pick up. We have a pretty dark scallop here. And let's check these swash lines here. See the pattern? These are swash lines. And you don't generally, I mean, you know, you'll get a shell that'll wash up here. But when you find these swash lines, you know, you had gentle water here. That's where you look for flats in the panhandle and sand dollars no matter where you are. Yes, Helen. I mean, I don't know how many times we have gone out. I know it's been at least half a dozen times at lost reception. But that's what happens when you're out in the middle of nowhere. Well, those sand dollars up here. So we are looking for sand dollars, 0. Baby ears, 1. That's what's on the scoreboard. Now, is that a hurry up for me? Because it's getting a little warm, and I still have my jacket on. It's getting warm, and I'm not gonna take my jacket off and start running. I think Snoozeroni is like, hey everyone, get ready, we are going to the beach. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. All right, let's go higher up, because we have lots of swash lines and a little pocket right here. All right, So when you're talking and you're walking, and sometimes you're not really paying attention. I know a lot of people are like, well, you missed this. Oh, you pass. Pass. One of these days, I am going to get the program where I can, have text on the screen and, do a bad dad joke. But right now, we're just streaming on YouTube. Anyway, when I'm looking left and people are looking right, yes, I miss things. But I'm hoping to find another baby ear. And there's another little spot here. I'll get you all a little closer. You can help me look. Okay, so on the drive here, here's a little bit of a hint. 3 hours, approximately, maybe a little bit more. And we went through 2 areas where the dash hit 46. Before I moved to Florida, I never thought, we had our pipes, that was funny, pipes freeze in Florida, and I never had that in the Midwest. Never had the pipes freeze. And I moved to Florida. Okay, we are getting closer. We are past the second or third little point, and that's where we're heading, right there. So my battery was fully charged, and I hope we can make it to an hour, because that's a pretty good live stream. All right, we're looking. So we have people in, I don't know, what do you call Kentucky? That's kind of east central, cold there, and, we have a little cart driving by. Turtle Patrol. There they go. Looking for turtle tracks. So turtle season in the okay, what's this? There's something dark over here. Turtle season doesn't start in the Panhandle till May. That looks like a fighting conch. That's pretty neat, though. Ferocious Katie checking in from Kentucky. Woot woot! So, I mentioned last week on, actually the last couple weeks on the live streams, they, even though I want to schedule them, it's not always guaranteed because, so last night I tried scheduling this one so that, people that either are subscribers will get notified, or people that just, are looking up shelling and they see scheduled live stream, or for that matter, someone new. But then, for whatever reason, I did have connectivity last night. I wasn't able to schedule it. I tried for, I bet you, 10 minutes. Every time I hit save, it just didn't save. So, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. It's so close. I can already see it's broken. See that? Ooh. That would have been a dandy. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, and there's okay. I know when I get... All right, we finally made it. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 cockle shells, and we had that piece. I'm just gonna keep that for later when we go through the shells.